Hey, welcome back. If you are driving a diesel truck or you're thinking of buying one, well, it's a good thing you're watching because we are about to talk your language. Now, if the rig you're driving is gasoline powered, well, you're going to want to see this too, because invariably when gearheads get together, the subject of diesel comes up and what the future holds for these kind of engines. And who knows, when we're done, you may be shopping for a diesel too. We managed to catch up with racing legend and diesel guru Gale Banks and got his opinion on the present crop of diesel engines.
The deal here is we need to build a diesel which is lighter in weight. We can reduce the torque output, but we need to increase the power output. We need to turn the engine faster. My goal, my personal goal for diesel RPM is 7,000. I want to turn a diesel V8 7,000 RPM.
You can turn a reliable 7,000 RPM out of one of these.
I'm hoping.
Okay.
We'll find out. Stay tuned.
I think you can.
And the basis for that...
If anybody can, Gale can.
The basis for that experiment is this Duramax.
Okay. Now, at 7,000
RPM development.
What kind of horsepower are we talking?
Well, I'd like to be putting 800 or 900. One thing about... Here's the deal. Yeah, I hear you.
That's awesome.
On the street.
And where he saw them going in the future. Right. What's going on with that? What do you see with biodiesel?
Well, if we buy oil from the Middle East, we send money to people who want to kill us. If we buy biodiesel from the Midwest, we send money to ourselves.
Yes.
To guys we want to hang out with.
There's not much of a choice there.
I'm telling you, it's the only choice.
We also discussed his way of building real, reliable power into a diesel engine.
Doing this, if we can improve air density through higher boost, through better cooling and better ducting, like this air inlet piece, then we ultimately end up with the ability to make 18 to 20% more horsepower and more torque at the same exhaust temperature, at the same limit. So if you give me anybody's tuner, I'll kick your ass with air density. I'll make it happen. And ultimately, that's engine durability, too.
Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh, yeah, that's great, but is that even available? Could I have a truck like that? Well, actually, you can, because Gale Banks has finally quit dinking around, and he's building trucks that you can go out and buy, like Jack Roush, like Joe Gibbs, but Gale's trucks are diesel-powered, they're four-wheel drive, they're lifted, well, there it is. It's called the Banks Sidewinder All-Terrain, and it sits on a 6-inch FabTech lift, and it rolls on 20-inch weld wheels and Toyo mud terrain tires. The engine comes fully loaded with all the weapons from the Banks arsenal. From exhaust to intercooler to intake to computer, it's all here. The bumpers have been lifted and tucked for better approach and departure angles, and the fenders have been opened up to clear bigger tires. All right, here's the deal. You can go to Banks and buy the truck. Or you can send them your truck and they'll modify it for you. Or you can buy the parts from Banks and build the truck yourself. So you got some options here. Now we're going to take a look at some of those parts and see if this truck lives up to the Banks name after the break.
I'm Gale Banks. Did you know that the world's fastest pickup truck is a Banks-powered diesel? Now you can get Banks power for your pickup with Banks 6-gun diesel tuner. 6-gun gives you 6 power levels. Choose lower levels for heavy hauling, then crank it up for monster torque and hauling ass horsepower. It's stacked for power with a ton of safety features. Chevy, Ford, or Dodge, go with a winner. Banks 6-gun.
Call 1-800-GET-POWER or getpower.com for a free test report.
Welcome back to Trucks. Well, we are taking a look at this new truck that Gale Banks is offering called the Sidewinder All-Terrain. Now, if you're the type that likes to go out and just buy a truck and go play, this is a good choice. But what about those of us that like to save a little money, do it ourselves? Well, that's what we're going to look at now, the parts you can buy to build a Sidewinder of your own. Now, Banks has rolled this into a nice big package for you. You got your 4-inch stainless steel exhaust. Then you have your ram air inlet, and all the ducting. This is the bigger intercooler. Got to have that. And then for the computer, you have the 6-gun and the speed loader. Now, I've showed you how to put all this stuff in the past. There's no reason to go into that. But what you haven't seen is this power PDA. Come on.
This sits in a specially designed cradle and allows you to monitor and tune engine functions, change power levels, check and clear diagnostic codes, run 0 to 60 times, you name it. This allows you to literally custom tune your powertrain with the push of a button. Now, it's obvious that this truck looks really good rolling down the road. And we're all familiar with the incredible power that you can get out of these engines with the Banks upgrades. But how does it hold up off-road? That's what we're going to find out. With my buddy Tim Watson standing by on the tractor, I took this rig places that no sane person would take a truck like this. And it did well.
I'll get out here one way or another.
Of course, you know, we got stuck. More than once. But then again, so did the tractor.
When in doubt, get a bigger tractor.
And if I don't take it easy on the trucks that I build, why the heck would I want to take it easy on a rig that somebody else built? That's the only way to find out just how tough they are. And guys, Gale Banks can build a tough truck.
This is your truck, right?
Yes,
And now, is this your personal truck?
it will be when it gets home.
And this is your truck?
Yeah.
And after flogging and beating on this thing unmercifully, we just cleaned it up and drove it back to the shop. Now, I wouldn't say without a scratch.
Sorry about that paint job, Gale.
But with no mechanical damage. And there you have it, the Gale Banks Sidewinder All-Terrain. And whether you buy it turnkey or build it yourself, you can have one of these trucks. So what are you waiting for? Get moving!